you're watching James. My name's James, you're watching me, and I am talking about watches. Well, today it is another video about Aliexpress watches that are on my wish list. Aliexpress comes out with lots of new watches quite regularly. I'm always looking for new watches on Aliexpress, and I'm also coming across some ones that have been on there a while that do interest me. I stick them on my wish list, and then I make a video about which watches are on my wish list. These are watches that I am likely to buy, or at least that I'm likely to be interested in buying, and that I want to share with you guys today. Hello, sorry to interrupt. I made this video a little while ago, a few weeks ago, and I was planning on releasing it a few weeks ago, which is why I haven't mentioned the sale in this particular video. However, because I wasn't able to release it, because these are watches that are still on my wish list that I'm probably going to be looking at during the sale, I'm just going to say right now, this is a sales video. Yay, November sales video on AliExpress. That's why the thumbnail said sales video and I haven't spoken about it. Okay, back to the video. Now guys, if you are interested in any of these watches at the end of this video, please be aware that I haven't had any hands-on experience with them, but they do look quite good. And if you want to buy one, I'll leave some of those affiliate links down below. If you do buy them, please let me know how they are, because I am quite interested in these ones. And guys, if you are watching this and you haven't subscribed to the channel, I really would appreciate if you just click on that subscribe button. Now today I've got 8 watches on my wish list, but there's technically 7. It will sort of explain itself as I go along. I'm going to use my trusty notepad because remembering all the specifications, prices, and the sort of names of these watches are a little bit hard to do just in my head. So I'm going to use the notebook. First one today, it's been out for a while, and it's actually probably my favorite Sandman watch that I've ever seen. It's one that I've watched all the reviews about, that I keep thinking about buying. I keep sort of going, yes, maybe I should get that one, but then the price puts me off slightly. For me, I'm very comfortable with around the 100 to 300 Australian dollar price range with AliExpress. So to spend that extra little bit of money, it has to be something a little bit special. This one, however, might be that little bit special. It is the Martin SN026-G-B, in particular the blue dial. This one here, currently 535 Australian dollars. Now, I'm not going to talk too much more about this. There is a fair bit of information about this one online if you do want to check out a review. Why I did want to mention this particular one, however, though, is because there is a version 2 or another model by Sandman that looks exactly the same, except for now it has a GMT hand. This one being the SN026-G-C. Again, it is with the blue dial that I particularly like, and I particularly like GMT watches. So I thought, ooh, maybe now it's worth spending the extra money and getting this Sandman watch now that it has a GMT function. This one here is coming in at $555 Australian, so it's only a little bit more than the other model. So fantastic, and maybe, just maybe, this one might have that new Seiko GMT movement inside of it, because I really want to try that one out. I did get in contact with them. Unfortunately, no, it does not have that Seiko GMT movement, and they have no plans of putting that Seiko GMT movement in this one. They do have in it, however, the Hangzhou 6460, which is a clone of the ETA 2836-2. This is a good movement. This is in a lot of these AliExpress watches. I haven't heard too many complaints about them. Being a clone of such a good movement, I'm sure it is perfectly fine. Now, overall, this thing is a 40mm case, and I think it just might look good on wrist. It is a shame that it does not have that Seiko movement in it. I am looking forward to brands, especially like Sandman, starting to use that Seiko GMT movement. The next watch on the list is a dress watch and has these gorgeous hands, and it is obviously a homage, but wow, does it look good. It is the Lobinni 18025. This one's coming in at 235 Australian dollars, and I think it looks great. It obviously looks great because it is homaging a particularly nice looking watch, but it is something a little bit special and a little bit different, and for 235 Australian dollars, I don't think that's too bad. Now, this one comes in a couple of different colors. There's a silver and white version or a black and silver version. It is a 40mm case diameter, but it has a 21mm lug width, which is a little bit strange, and that is a little bit concerning because this is probably the kind of watch, this kind of price, that you're going to swap out the strap, and 21mm is a little bit awkward. This one contains a SEAGULL ST16 movement, and at around about this 200 Australian dollar price range, I think that is perfectly fine, especially for a watch that looks this good. And next is a Seiko powered watch, powered by the NH35. It's a Rdunae R6 coming in at 240 Australian dollars. Has a mineral crystal, another awkward lug width. I'm not sure why they're exactly doing this. This one has a 19mm lug width. Comes on a NATO strap, has a really cool sort of 60s or 70s dive watch vibe to it, which I do quite like. 40mm case diameter, quite nice and well priced. Again, strange lug width though, however. Don't worry, I'm not going to do any other strange lug width watches as of now. Next, I'm super excited to talk about the Berny Compressor style watch, a watch that I have owned before. However, there was 2 issues with that watch, and they weren't big issues. It just had a couple of things that made me not wear it as much as I would have liked to. Firstly, the movement inside was a little bit odd. It sort of was a little bit stuttery with the second hand. And secondly, it came on a rubber strap. And I have to say it was a very good rubber strap, but I don't tend to wear watches on rubber straps that often, which then meant that I didn't wear this watch as much as I would have liked. But now Berny has changed the watch in 2 separate ways, or at least come out with another version of it, which has fixed those 2 things. And it certainly makes me want to reconsider buying this one again. This one now is the AM7081MS. Now comes with a Miyota movement, and it now comes with a solid stainless steel bracelet. And that bracelet has solid end lugs and a milled clasp. And it looks really, really good. Now this one's coming in at 135 Australian dollars, and that is a fantastic price for a fantastic looking watch. I already know the head of the watch is awesome, but now to come on a bracelet and a slightly better movement inside, wow, probably one of the best watches you can buy for the money on Aliexpress. And now we're talking about Cronos, and I haven't spoken about Cronos in a while, but this one is going to be an obvious homage. As soon as you see it, you'll know what it is homaging, but this one looks particularly good, in particularly good quality. It is the L6016, coming in 39mm. You can buy it with 2 particular movements, both Miyotas, the 8315 or the 8215, either being $280 or 325 Australian dollars. And Cronos, I've experienced them before, the quality is particularly good, and if you particularly like this style of watch, which a lot of people do, then this one at this sort of price might be one of the better homages of this watch available out there on the market. Now the next one is not the cheapest one on this list, but it does look like it's really good quality. It is by Octopus Kraken. It is the Q002 Retro Diver. This one comes in with 2 separate movement options at 2 different price levels. You can get it with the PT5000 for $440, or you can get it with the SW200 for 600 Australian dollars. Now this one comes with 2 options on the dial as well. You can either have that radioactive symbol, or you can have it without that radioactive symbol. Personally, I like the symbol on there. I think it looks kind of very cool. Has a 40mm case diameter, 46mm lug to lug, 11mm thick, sapphire crysting, AR coating, enamel dial, and a fluorine rubber strap. I do hear these fluorine rubber straps are rather good. As I just said, they're not my favorite day-to-day wearing straps. However, it's not a bad one to have in the collection if you like rubber straps, and this one does look particularly good. Not just the strap, the watch itself as well. The last one on the list actually might be the one that I'm the most excited about. Now, when you see it, you will know what it is homaging. It's an obvious homage, but it's also by Pagani Design, so it's exactly what we're expecting, a homage by Pagani Design. This one is the PD1709 BB, and this one, more so than others that have been released, interests me more because of the size and because of the specific model that it is homaging. I've previously experienced a Pagani Design homage of this style of watch, but it was the larger size with the steel bezel insert. I thought it was particularly good, but one of the things that I wish it had been doing was being a little bit smaller and homaging the little brother of this particular style of watch. And this one does exactly that. Has a 40mm case diameter, comes in 187 grams, so you know it's going to have a little bit of substance to it, which is what I expect from Pagani Design, and it's powered by the NH35. However, there is no date on this one, so you are going to have a ghost position. And this one all coming in at 190 Australian dollars. This is one that I'm definitely going to buy. I will probably wait for the next sale period in Aliexpress, which is probably just around the corner, knowing what Aliexpress is like. All right, guys, what do you think of my list? Did you like them? Are there any others that are on your list that you enjoy, that you should think that I should be checking out? Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in the next video.